Okay, hi everybody, I'm John Lincoln with Ignite Visibility, and today I'm talking about 11 truths for social media marketing. Are you ready? Let's dive into this. Okay, item number one is never fight with a customer online. If you're on social media, don't jump in and have an argument with a customer. Instead, direct them off of social media into another channel so that you can deal with that situation. And if you do that, things aren't going to spiral out of control, things aren't going to go viral, and things aren't going to get worse than they already are. Okay, so item number two is if you're going to be on social media, only publish 100% quality content. If you're sitting there and you're just posting products and it's got no interaction, or you're just have a news feed from another website that doesn't really relate too much to what you're doing, then you're wasting your time. On social media, take the time to create creative, cool, fun content that your demographic is going to want to interact with, and that's going to get shared over and over and over. So be really deliberate about your social media content that you're creating for each of your platforms. Okay, so my item number three is advertise for full exposure. And what I mean by that is run community building ads, run ads to promote your posts, right? And then of course, there's great ways that you can run social media ads so that you can run paid ads directly to the website and get sales. But I'm talking about community building ads here. And if you're only running, $50 a month or nothing, you're not gonna have any growth. Some companies spend tens of thousands of dollars a month to build up these huge social media communities, and that's how they get the real revenue. So if you're not making the investment to grow your communities, then you're not going to see the return that you're looking for on social media. Okay, item number four, befriend influencers. So use tools like BuzzSumo, Follower Wonk, and of course tools like Clout to create a list of influencers in your industry and interact with them over time. That's going to allow you to eventually become an influencer too, and it's going to allow you to get way more shares of your content because they're going to start liking your stuff, sharing some stuff, and there'll even be opportunities for you guys to interact with each other down the line. Okay, so item number five, I see a lot of companies make this mistake. You want to highlight everything positive about your company. So what I feel like companies don't do a good enough job on social media is producing case studies that would actually be kind of cool for your demographic to see. So say I increase a client's conversions by 7,000% through a search engine optimization campaign. And I have a cool headline that says how we increased, conversion 7,000%, within 1 year and left with a happy client. You would probably want to read that, right? You'd want to know how that happened. So think about that for your own space. Case studies, how-tos, people want to understand how they can recreate that for themselves. So make sure you're doing that on social media because it's going to have a positive effect. Okay, item number six, give to others and you will receive more. So make sure you're sharing other people's content. Make sure you're being interactive, that you're following other people, you're commenting on their stuff. And I can't tell you how many people, they just have a one-way voice for social media. They're only producing content and pushing things out, but they're not interacting with people. That's why at Ignite, we've developed teams that actually interact on social media with the exact people that their demographic that their client's demographic wants to get in front of. So that's really important. Make sure that you have that level of interaction because if there's not a real person behind the account, if these things aren't really happening, then you're not going to have success, and it's just going to be just a basic bunch of content coming out, and you're not going to get a lot out of it. Okay, item number seven, social media sentiment analysis. What do I mean by that? Really what I mean is know your analytics and know them by doing a social media sentiment analysis. So within YouTube, within Facebook, within Twitter, within Instagram, right? You name it, LinkedIn, I could go through every platform. They all have their own analytics backend. And if you're not taking the time to go in and review how your content's performing there, how your community's growing, what your demographic looks like, what your most successful times of day to post on are there, and you're not developing a strategy around that to better what you're doing doing, then you're leaving money on the table. With social media, just like all other forms of digital marketing, it's all about the details of the strategy. So make sure that you're taking the time to do a social media sentiment analysis. And if you do that, you're gonna be a lot more successful. Okay, so item number 8 is social media is always changing. So you need to be constantly studying, constantly evolving, looking at the latest trends, and also getting on the newest platforms and testing them out right away to see if they're gonna be effective for your business. Item number 9, be consistent. The more you get in front of somebody, this is actually proven, the more they're gonna like you and wanna use you. So if you're consistent on social media, you're publishing often, you're getting in front of your demographic, that's eventually gonna attract them back to your business. Item number 10, this is an important one, and so many people make this mistake. Just own a few platforms where your demographic is. Don't try to own them all, right? If you try to have a presence on 10, 20 platforms, it's just not gonna work. So try to pick 2 to 5 that you can really do well on and maximize those. Okay, and so item number 11, my last item is take the time to create a content calendar, right? And plan these things out. If you're just scurrying from day to day and you're just trying to get content out and you don't really know what you're doing, there's no strategy around it, the content that you're creating, it doesn't relate specifically to the business that you're trying to attract, you're not gonna have success. So make the time, create a content calendar, make sure it aligns with your goals, right? And you're going to attract the type of business through social media that you want. Okay, so those were the 11 truths of social media marketing. This was a lot of fun. I hope it was interesting to you, and make sure you keep these things in mind when you're developing your social media strategy. Have a great day.